First of all, welcome back to Friendly Talk Podcast.
Hi. Today's episode sponsored by depression.
Yes.
And it's going to be called Friday from Hell.
Friday from Hell, girl.
We both had terrible fucking Fridays, and we're going to talk to you guys about it.
It was such a bad. It was weird.
It was a weird day.
My Friday made me uncomfortable.
Me too.
I wish I could report my Friday to HR.
What happened?
All right, so it really started on Thursday. Thursday, I was in the ER.
Yes, you told me.
Yeah, you saw that in my close friends too. So I had the stomach virus that came with explosive diarrhea.
Okay, there is a pro to that.
I lost 5 pounds.
Exactly,
and the bitch looked good, but I was feeling terrible. So I got the clear that I had to take Thursday off of work. But they said Friday, whatever weekend plans I had was fine because I wasn't going to be contagious after that. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I don't have to cancel no Friday or, weekend spots. So Friday is my monthly show, right? Oh, no, let me back up. So Friday I had therapy during the day.
Yes.
I'm talking to my therapist and I thought I had to fart.
Okay.
I thought it was an innocent fart. Ended up being...
On Zoom?
Yes. Ended up being a much more...
dangerous.
It was much more than just
shart.
It was a shart. So I put Shorty on pause. I'm like, oh, doctor, whoever, let me talk to you. I got to go to the bathroom. So I had to throw the pants out, wash off real quick, put on the pants, and then come back. I'm paying her for the hour.
Yeah.
So I did everything real quick, whatever. So that night, I had my monthly show. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to cancel my monthly show. I'm going to go. There's a bathroom right downstairs. I'm just going to go to the bathroom in between each comic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Friday,
you were still going.
Yes, I was still very actively going to the bathroom.
Okay.
But, I was still outside because I wasn't contagious.
Okay.
So Friday...
Also, you get your bag.
Yeah. So Friday night now, I'm at my show. The show is over. And me and the comedian's chilling. And, 2 comedians asked me for a ride home. So one comedian lives close to me. Well, not close to me, on the way home. The other comedian, was out the way. But I'm like, all right, you already asked me. It's not that out the way. It's probably 7 minutes out the way.
And it's your show. You feel like you got to take care of
it's my show. You came to support. You my mans, whatever. So I take him home, and as soon as I pull up in front of his apartment, bubble. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm not about to make it home. Because mind you, I couldn't even make it to the bathroom in my crib, and I have a studio apartment.
Okay.
I have a studio and couldn't even make it to my bathroom.
We need to get you some diapers.
You feel me? So I was like, okay, this is going to be a problem. So I turned to him and I said, yo, bro, I know it's late because it was 1 a.m. I said, but I have a problem. I was in the ER yesterday. I promise you I'm not contagious. So I'm not going to give anything to your children. However, I need to use your bathroom. I'm not going to make it home.
Okay.
He said, say less, sis. You gave me a ride home, ain't nothing. Come upstairs.
Okay.
That was his, it was real. Because me and him knowing each other for almost 10 years. And he's like, girl, bye. Come upstairs. This ain't nothing. He's like, as long as you ain't contagious, because I can't afford for these kids to get sick. I'm like, I promise you, the doctor gave me the all clear. So I go upstairs and I'm using his bathroom and I hear him and his wife arguing about me using the bathroom.
Oof.
So I'm like, and he's like, yo, can you please be nice? This is my friend. He's like, she had an emergency. She's like, I don't give a fuck what she had. So bitch, I'm in mid-doodle. I'm mid-doodle, son, and hearing this. I'm like, okay, let me cut this short. Mind you, I'm uncomfortable in so many levels. Physically,
your assholes are exposed.
You feel me? I'm
in public.
My thing is, when you have these kind of situations, you don't want to be anywhere but home.
Of course.
I'm in Flatbush. I live in Bed-Stuy. It ain't that motherfucking far. It was a 20 minute drive for me to get to the crib. I would not have gone in this man's house if it wasn't an emergency. I did not want to shit myself for the second time that day. Throw out a second pair of pants.
Being a whole ass adult, by the way.
You know what I'm saying? Then I don't want to shit myself in my car. There's another comic there. It's not like I was going to be by myself.
You can't even share yourself in peace.
You feel me? So I'm like, yo, I gotta come upstairs. I hear them arguing. I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and cut this short because I'm uncomfortable. I flush, wash my hands, and I sneak out the front door. Out of there. Saturday morning now, 11:30. He texts me. He's like, yo, I want to make sure you good. You good? I said, yeah, I'm good. Thank you, last night. And he's like, yeah, my wife is pissed. I'm like, yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, she just wasn't happy with you using the bathroom at such a time. And I'm like, well, if you could just explain to her, I don't know, if I need to show her my discharge papers from the hospital. I don't know, how to remedy this.
Was she mad because she was, grossed out by someone using the bathroom or because you were a woman?
I don't know. I think it was, well, let me tell you the rest of the story. So you can, yeah. So then that's 11:30 in the morning. 6 o'clock the same day. So fast forward, like,
So the conversation ended.
Okay. I said,
And they
tell your
got
wife I'm sorry. He's like, oh, it's not even a big deal. Yes. 6 o'clock that evening now, he calls. I see his number on my caller ID. It's him and his wife on the line. They on speaker. He's like, oh, Eva, hey, my wife wanted to talk to you real quick. And she's like, hey, Eva, I just, wanted to explain something to you. She's like, I was in my bed with my children at 1 a.m. and I'm just confused as to why there was a woman using my bathroom at that time.
Okay, because you're a girl.
Yeah.
She was jealous.
And I'm just like, okay, well, I'm your husband. Let me in. I didn't break in. I didn't come in like the homeboy from the 5th floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't sneak in through the window, like,
and just shit in your house and leave.
Yeah,
and
like,
climb down the fire escape.
Yeah, I was like, your husband told me it was okay. I had an emergency. I'm sure he explained this to you. I heard him explain it to you last night. I'm sure he explained it to you again this morning. I'm not sure. I apologize. I didn't mean to disrupt the environment. Like, I don't know what's happening here. And she's like, well, how long have you had diarrhea? And like, what are you doing to treat it?
Is she a doctor?
She is not in the medical field whatsoever. I'm like,
Was she really concerned or she was just being a bitch?
She was being a bitch. You can hear the bitch in her voice. And I'm just like, okay. And she's like, I was just confused. I'm like, what are you confused about? She's like, I'm just confused. I'm like,
You're like, I'm shitting it out.
Yeah, I'm like, what part is confused? What part of diarrhea is losing you, ma? Now I'm humiliated because it's like, I gotta explain my bowel movements to this bitch who I've never seen a day in my life. So my thing is, I'm like, okay, clearly y'all have marital issues.
But here's the thing with the guy. If he knows his wife is sensitive about that kind of stuff, he should have told you. He should have been like, I'm sorry, my wife's gonna have a problem with it.
And that's it.
But
he said he saw it in my, he's like, oh, I saw in the face that it was an emergency.
He should tell his wife to shut the fuck up.
And my thing is, boy, have a pair of balls. First of all, your wife should never have called my phone, my guy.
Yeah.
You should be like, yo, shorty, it's not that serious. Like, who the fuck brings a side chick to the crib to doodle? Who does that? And if you feel like your man is that type of man, you should not be calling me, shorty. You need to be calling the divorce attorney.
Yeah.
If you feel like your man's gonna bring his side bitch to come doodle in your crib while you and your kids are sleeping, leave him. Don't call my line. You feel me?
To laugh.
I was humiliated. I was just so confused as to what like, shorty.
But also, I mean, there's so many things wrong with this whole situation.
So many things wrong.
But it's like, what did he do to make her be so upset that there's a woman in the house using the bathroom?
Obviously, he's cheated. Cause I pressed him about that. I'm like, you have to have cheated on shorty. He's like, no. I'm like, so your wife is just mentally. I'm like, so your wife is just wild, crazy. I'm like, that's even more disturbing, sir.
Also, why'd you marry her if she's like that?
If she's that
unless you made her like
and
that.
And then he confessed. He was like, oh, I got head a couple times while we were engaged. I doubt it was just
From
head.
who?
Not me, bitch. Not me. I was too busy having
another
diarrhea.
comic, and that's why she's so upset that
I don't know who or what or when or why.
The diarrhea obviously triggered her, so it's part of his past.
It is part of his past. And my thing is like, you didn't forgive this man, so why did you walk down the aisle?
Yeah.
Some women are just so. I'd rather be single. If I gotta be running bitches down about their doodle patterns to have a man, I'd rather be single, bro. I know so many women who like live a life. That's a fucking miserable life, shorty.
Yeah.
You're living in misery, ma.
Just to have
a man, bro.
Yeah.
I know so many women who live in misery and they pity me. Like, oh, you've been single for so long.
Yeah, I'm single and thriving.
Me. And I'm like, bitch, you're the one with the sad life. I don't have no nigga making me call nobody asking about they doodle. I'm chilling. You look fucking crazy, and so does your man. He looks pussy because he has no control over his crazy ass wife, and you look fucking insecure as fuck, bitch.
Yeah.
And I told him, and he was just like, oh, like I saw him Sunday night at the comedy club. And he was
that was on Friday.
And I had to press him again because he's asking other comics for their opinion. He's like, oh, was I violating my wife by bringing her in? And he was using my name. I said, my nigga, if you're gonna ask people opinions, take my name out the fucking equation. Cause I'm telling the story and y'all don't know who the fuck I'm talking about.
I don't think it's a big deal that you used someone's bathroom.
I don't. And then people are like, oh, why would she go up there? Why couldn't she use? And again, they're blaming me. Everyone is that he's
you
asking,
asked and he said yes. You're off the hook. You're fully off the hook.
Fully off the hook.
You're 1,000% off the hook. You asked him and he said yes.
That's it. And my thing is, I was in the emergency room 24 hours before. This wasn't like I want to pee.
I want to come upstairs and seduce you.
Yeah, this is,
You're like,
boy.
I'm trying to take a shit. Can I just take shit and go home?
I was in the hospital yesterday for this shit. It's that serious. I can't make it to the 20-minute home.
And you went out of your way to drive him home.
And that's another thing too. I could have probably made it to the crib if I didn't jump your bitch ass at home.
Also, and if your wife is so insecure, why is he taking rides from random women? Not that you're some random woman, but in their perspective, you're some random bitch.
I'm like,
the only person who's wrong here is him. Because one, he should have known that his wife's going to be upset.
He should have known his wife.
Don't piss off your wife.
Yeah.
Or two, tell your wife to shut the fuck up and just drop the situation.
Honestly, I think they're both corny. I think she's a weak ass bitch. I think he's weak. I think they're both I think they're a match made in heaven because they're both fucking weak.
But also, I think he made her that way.
But shorty, you stayed. You stayed.
She should have left.
She should have left. If a man makes you that insecure, you need to find the nearest exit, shorty. Exit stage left. I know they have kids together, but kids are never an excuse to be unhappy.
No.
I would die before I allow my daughter to see me living with a man like that.
Yeah, because kids care more about a happy parent than parents that stay together.
Yeah, like that's the type of shit you want to raise your daughter.
Because I look back on my parents, like my parents fucking hated each other. I wish they got a divorce.
Yeah, like that's. I'm like, they deserve each other because they both corny, they both weak. Like I couldn't like. I just feel like he should have taken control of the situation. Like he was like, "Oh, my wife's questions were embarrassing me. I felt bad when she was questioning you about the situation." And I'm like, "Why the fuck you ain't say, okay, that's enough. That's enough, baby. She's not feeling well. Let her rest." Like you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, Eva, thank you. We didn't, thank you.
But why did she call you? What information was she trying to get? Did she ask you who you were?
I don't know. Maybe she wanted me to slip and say, "Oh, I got diarrhea from sucking him off." I don't know. I don't know what she wanted to hear. But sweetie, I promise you, I was never the bitch he was cheating with. I will never be the bitch he's cheating with. You probably scrolled through she probably was going through his phone and scrolled past all the bitches he fucking to get to me.
But why did she talk? Like, why did she call you? What was her end goal out of that conversation?
Maybe I don't know. You have to ask another insecure.
Don't ever. Ladies, if you have diarrhea, just go home.
I should have went on the 2 train and doodle right there like the rest of New York. I should have been a real New Yorker and took my diarrhea where it was appropriate on the 2 train. That was my fault. I was trying to be a civilized human
and use a
toilet like a fucking psycho. Never again.
While you were shitting your brains out, Friday, I am in a tournament called Ring Masters, and it's basically the Super Bowl for amateur fighters. It's a huge tournament. It's fighters all over the country, like literally hundreds of people sign up for this. And the last fight is at Madison Square Garden.
The one I'm coming to.
Hopefully, if my goal is to be in the finals.
Okay, it's in my calendar, so you better be there. So
I had another match on Friday for it, and I was before that. Weigh-ins were super early. The fight was really far, so me and my coach were like, let's just meet up in the morning, spend the day together, get like me in the groove mentally, all that stuff. So he goes, meet me in the city, but I have to go get a haircut first. I need to shape up. I'm like, you fucking princess. You need to shape up in the Bronx for my fight. Whatever, I'm gonna go with you. But this was like, I'm literally in Harry Potter PJ pants, Crocs, a hoodie. No, I looked crazy, like crazy. The night before, I had like a little scuffle with one of my friends, kind of like verbal thing. I'll tell you the story. It was kind of weird. But then the next day, my coach Jose's, we're in the middle of the Bronx, and I don't even know where I am. I'm not too familiar with the Bronx.
Don't get familiar.
He's in there. He's getting a facial. He's getting his nose hairs plucked. So I'm like, you know what? Let me call my friend. And so I'm on the phone with my friend. I'm on the corner in the middle of the Bronx. I'm wearing Harry Potter pants, Crocs, no makeup. I look insane. I'm screaming on the phone. I'm like, and then this bitch said this, and then that. I looked like a true crazy New Yorker. Red light pulls up. A guy literally leans his whole body out of the car to look at me. And then he looks at me and he looks back, and he looks at me and he looks back. And I'm like, what you staring at? And it's on a red light, and I look over and it's my ex-husband.
Oh,
mind you,
God.
I haven't seen him in years. And that's what he saw in the middle of the Bronx on a Friday morning. I'm looking fucking crazy, screaming my head off on the phone. And he probably drove off and goes, yup, thank God that didn't work out. Because that's the vibe I was giving on Friday.
Damn, son.
And I was like, I ain't never leaving the house in PJs again. First of all, I don't do that. I'm very relaxed when I dress. I'm an athlete. I wear sweatpants, like whatever. But I'm always like, even when I'm dressed down, I'm put together.
Right.
I mean, I don't look dirty. I don't ever look like I didn't shower. That day I did. That day I looked homeless. Like, I didn't even have a bag on, nothing. And I'm just like, yeah. And then this fucking bitch. And he just looks over and he's like.
Not him hanging out the window though. He wanted to make sure it was you, bitch.
Yes.
He was like,
and I look over
anybody.
and I was like, oh, like this shit only happens in movies.
Only.
I haven't seen him in years. What are the odds?
Damn.
And I look over and my coach is just like in the chair getting
living his best life.
Yeah, and I'm like.
Living his best life.
And I'm like, I have a fight later on that day. I'm just like, oh my God, I was mortified. Mind you, I'm so over him. But it's just the fact that
that got nothing to do with him. It has nothing to do with him.
It's just the fact that he's probably like, yeah, that's why I didn't work out. That bitch crazy, you know, like.
And you know he called everybody. Guess who the fuck I saw?
And she looking crazy.
He probably was gassing it too.
She looked crazy.
She had a cold sore.
Yeah,
he was gassing it. Gassing it.
But I gave him the ammo. Damn. It's my fault.
And that's why my mother always says, "Don't ever leave your." Because we could dress down, but like you always got to look somewhat presentable.
The hoodlum fuzzy ones.
Damn, son, that's why I never leave in a bonnet.
You know the Cookie Monster ones.
Yes,
but the Harry Potter version.
Damn, son.
I was like, I'm just gonna go real quick and slit my wrists. Because the last time I saw him was at a wedding. Because Arabs are a very small community. Everyone knows everyone. So, but I was looking fine on my makeup.
Of course, he was a wedding.
I was
yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is good. And then
damn, son, I'm trying to think. I would much rather have diarrhea than to see my ex-man looking crazy.
Crazy is an understatement.
I think your Friday may have been worse, shorty.
So I was like, you know what, whatever. I get changed. We go to the venue. I make weight, which I didn't think I was. I was very happy about that. So
make weight is what now? You was pushing weight for like a cartel?
No, I made weight for my fight. I have to be a specific weight.
Oh, okay.
And you only have a 1 pound allowance, either below or over. You have to be like the exact weight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty strict.
Yeah, very strict. But like the whole time, I've seen the girl that I fought fight before, and I'm like, okay, it's cool. Like she's very aggressive, but she's kind of sloppy. Like whatever. I wasn't too worried. I was like, I'm gonna do fine. So I could tell like the whole time, like between the weigh-in and the fight was like 2 or 3 hours. She's pacing. She's like, I could tell she's nervous. I was chilling. I was cracking jokes. I'm like, it's not that serious.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna kill you.
Right.
Like So bell rings, ding, ding, ding. And she comes so fucking wild. She throws a crazy right hook, hits me in the back of the head.
Oh, no. Is that allowed?
No, but you get a warning, and then the second time it's like a thing. But I don't think the ref even saw it.
Damn. What was he doing? Texting? What the
This
fuck?
was the first punch. When I tell you, I like went like this, and it was over after that. I couldn't stand up straight. Damn. My equilibrium was thrown off. So I was just the whole time like on defense. And I could hear my coaches like, yo, and then because I wasn't throwing back, like I wasn't hitting her back. The ref was like, do you want me to stop the fight? And I was like, no, I'm fine. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. 1 round went, second round went. Second round, I'm wobbling in the corner. So the doctor comes. Do you want me to stop the fight? I'm like, no, I'm fine. My coach is like, Nina, do you want me to stop the fight? I'm like, no, I'm good. He knew I wasn't good. I clearly had a concussion.
Yeah.
I couldn't, I was just like, I was swaying. I'm like, no, I'm fine. Third round, she hits me in the head again. The doc called the fight. I was like, I'm fine. They're like, no, it's over. So they stopped the fight. But like, I was so upset because I feel like I didn't get a chance to actually fight because it was over so quick. Like physically for me, it was over. Yeah. So like, and then like, I just felt like I embarrassed my coaches. Like, but obviously they don't think that, but like when you're in that moment. So I cried so much because I was so disappointed in myself because I'm like, I trained so hard and like, but I'm still in the tournament.
Good.
You have to lose twice to get eliminated.
Okay.
So that was my first loss. So I still have time to like redeem myself.
Good.
But I do have like a really bad like pain right here that I'm going to go get checked out. Hopefully it's just kind of like tender and I could just ice it and it'll go back because I fight in 2 weeks. But yeah, that was so I saw my ex-husband and then I lost my fight.
Son, Friday was not it.
So Friday was just not
Friday was not it, son.
It was bad. Friday from hell.
Yeah, Friday was.
Let us know in the comments if you guys have had a bad Friday. Was it like, I was like, is it Friday the 13th?
It really was not.
I was looking at the calendar. I'm like, what's today? Is it like a full moon out? Like, what's going on?
I know Monday was a full moon.
Was it like, I don't know anything about horoscopes.
Yesterday was a full moon.
We got to get a horoscope person on and tell us.
I would love to get Sloan Bella on. But I don't know. I probably have
She
to
gonna
get
tell
more
us what
famous.
Mercury retrograde means and all that stuff.
She be into like the spirit world. Like, she's legit, son.
But I took my first L on Friday. But it's okay. I'm gonna redeem myself.
Right. Well, I'm completely healed from my diarrhea.
I am not completely healed from my boxing match.
Damn.
But at least I didn't shit my pants.
At least you didn't shit your pants. And at least you didn't have someone's wife grilling you about your bowel movements.
And if anyone's ever shit their pants, let us know the story.
Let us know. But I'm completely normal now. Everything's back to where it's supposed to be. The way it's supposed to be. I'm good.
Hopefully the next time we record, we'll have better Fridays.
Yes. Yes,
We'll
definitely.
keep you guys posted.